Now, do you remember Sani Emmanuel? He played for Nigeria at the Under 17 World Cup in 2009 and won the Golden Ball and the Silver Boot as Nigeria won the competition. Now, he was a promising footballer. People that watched the tournament expected him to become an amazing player, probably get signed to a big club. But in 2024, this is him now, a shadow of the bright star that he was about to become. Now, he's currently in Kaduna and was interviewed on Instagram by digital creator Mr. Lil Gaga, narrating the very sad story of his life.
On the 17th, I had this pain called Achilles tendonitis. Whenever I run, I feel this severe pain on my heels, and it's the both heels, not just one leg. So I managed this pain to play in the World Cup on the 17th. If you watch very well, then in 2009, then they normally play me a few minutes, and after maybe 10, 15 minutes, I'm already done. I can't run.
Wow, and he still managed to become the best player and second top goal scorer at the tournament. This boy would have been a footballing legend. Unfortunately, the pain really hurt his career.
I was going to different clubs for trials. I was in Chelsea, I was in Tottenham, and this same pain hindered me because I couldn't really hold on to the pain anymore. It was getting too much severe. Then everybody know me to be TB Joshua's son. I was living in Squan in Lagos, Synagogue Church of Convention. So as at that time, I tried hard to tell them that I had this pain, and they keep praying, taking me for prayer lines, and the man of God praying for me every time. And someone suggested that I should go to the hospital and do surgery on these pains, but they refused. And then the man of God, late Prophet TB Joshua, may his soul rest in peace, he insists that I shouldn't go for surgery because they feel people will ask questions.
That is his first
And
mention of TB
it
Joshua in
went.
the interview. Now, for those that don't know, TB Joshua was the leader and founder of the Synagogue Church of All Nations, a Christian megachurch in Lagos that runs Emmanuel TV. He died unfortunately in 2021. Now, I only recently found out that this football player and TB Joshua were affiliated. And TB Joshua, according to what people told me, helped him and another player on Nazi get into the national under 17 team. So, according to Sonny Manuel, TB Joshua didn't want him to go for surgery because, as a man of God popular for performing miracles, if the news that Sonny Manuel had to get surgery gets publicized, he felt that it wouldn't be good for his image and that of the church. Sonny Manuel goes on to tell the story of how he lost his contract with Lazio, that's an Italian football club, because he obeyed TB Joshua's instruction not to get surgery. How he eventually did get surgery, and how Onazi paid for his hospital fees even though TB Joshua had allegedly instructed Onazi not to help him.
Even when I signed in SS Lazio, when I signed with them, I had this problem with them because they discovered I have this pain, and they actually wanted me to make this surgery in Rome, in Italy. But the man of God told me personally that I should come back to Nigeria, that I shouldn't do the surgery. So I went back to Nigeria, and we had that issue with Lazio. They they sidelined me until my contract got finished, expired with them because of that issue. And it went on. I thought maybe it was something that maybe one day the pain will go away with different painkillers, injections, and so many things like that. And then at the end, I decided to leave this one, to leave the synagogue to go and do the surgery. After the surgery, I went back for prayers, and the man of God prayed for me, and he saw that I was on crutches. And he called me to the office. He prayed for me, and he gave me some money to go back home. I endured the pains of the surgery because I did one surgery 3 months. After 3 months, 4 months, I went back to do the second one. There was a year at I think it was in 2019, and then I was owing the hospital some money, about 2 million or so, because the hospital was in Lagos. So they were asking me for this money. I had this surgery in 2018. So in 2019, I couldn't pay. and they kept pressuring me, asking me for this money. So somebody suggested that I should post this injury online because they asked me not to show it to any
Anybody.
media or maybe grant interview. I haven't. This is the first interview I think I'm granting on, like, to talk to people maybe on social media or anywhere. This is the first time, and I decided to do this because so many people have been sending me messages and screenshots of different posts from different people. So anyway, let's leave that aside. So I made that post about my leg that I had surgery. I need to do the second surgery, and a lot of people were responding already. But to my surprise, before the next morning, because I made this post at night around maybe 11 p.m. or so. Before morning, already people are sending me messages and people are responding. I was even invited to Human Rights Radio, Berekete Family in Abuja, and so many people were calling in radio stations, TV stations for interviews and all this. And then the man of God was still alive. He called me to the church, and he talked to me. He was like, I shouldn't grant interview to people. I should just hold on and all that. Then later, there was a news that my friend Onazi paid off my surgery. He sent 2.4 million to the hospital directly without even contacting me. So I wasn't aware of that until I saw it on the social media. So I had to contact the hospital, and they said yes, my friend paid 2.4 million to their account, but it was remaining 700,000. So I was surprised. So I had to contact my friend because he doesn't respond to me. He said TB Joshua instructed him not to call me, not to help me, not to support me. I was surprised to hear these talks from him. So as at then, I try to talk to many people about this and my pains and all what I've been going through, but people always don't want to hear because they felt like I'm with TB Joshua. He should help me out. He should do everything for me, you know. But and so many people say I squandered my money, I did this and all that. A lot of talks I've been hearing from people, from relatives, from families. But there is something I want to tell the Nigerian people, because many people don't understand what I was going through or what I'm still going through. The contract I signed with Lazio, it was a joint contract between me and Onazi. We signed the same contract. In fact, they signed Onazi because the club needed me as at that time. And I will tell you this, I haven't received a dime from that contract till date. At some point, I was accusing the agent of stealing the money because he was the one in charge of the contract and everything. But we discovered that this money was brought in cash to the squam, to the synagogue, because each time I try to mention that issue of that money, then it's always causing trouble between me and the man of God.
According to Sonny Manuel, the agents that facilitated his and Onazi's deal with Lazio revealed to him that the late TB Joshua demanded that the signing payment of 320,000 euros be paid to him, that's TB Joshua, in cash in Lagos. And so he did that without telling the players. Today, Sonny Emmanuel is 31 years old. The pain in his heels have gone, but the excessive amount of drugs that he took did a job on him, and he says he feels pains in his abdomen anytime he runs. At this age, a professional career as a footballer is almost impossible for him now, and as an individual who dedicated his life to football, there really is nothing for him outside that world. He is jobless, but has tried to earn a living taking young, promising footballers to Europe, but nothing has worked out for him yet. This is a very, very sad story of a very, very talented footballer that never got to live a grass to grace story.